Welcome back. You're watching Guardians of Gaia with myself, Megan Edwards. And if you just joined, we've been unpacking animal abuse and adoption in Cape Town. Please do head over to our social media handles and let us know of any environmental injustices in your communities. We would love for you to start a conversation. We continue now as we chat to Joanne Lefson from Oscar Ark WOOF Projects as she walks us through the doggy adoption process.
Our adoption process is very simple and efficient. Basically, you would come to one of our pop-up events or to our adoption center. You would find a dog that you would like to adopt. You fill out a application form. It's a 2-page document just with your general details. We do a home check within 48 hours. With COVID protocols at the moment, we look for images of your home and of the pets that you have to ensure that it's a secure home. We ask you where the dog's going to sleep, make sure that obviously that the dog suits the home. And literally, once we've approved that the dog is ready to go into your home, we believe that the faster we move a dog from our adoption center into a forever home, the faster we can bring another dog from an existing shelter into our program and ultimately to save its life. So we very focused on efficiency. It's a positive inspired process. If for some reason the dog doesn't work out, maybe it chases a cat, maybe for whatever reason that is, we will always take that dog back. We just care that you give it a chance to work in your home, and if it doesn't work out, we take it back and you're welcome to try out another dog. So we're very relaxed. It's there's no pressure that it has to work out or doesn't have to work out and stuff. We want you to come and look at these amazing dogs, fill out the brief application form, take the dog home, assuming that your home is approved. And once you're happy with the dog and everything's working out, you will be asked to sign a contract, and that just gives, that just ticks all the extra boxes about caring for the dog, for its lifetime.
The process of getting a dog home isn't a complicated one, as long as the home is adequate and secure.
Well, we have we don't create boundaries that make it difficult for people to adopt. All right. Remember, anyone that wants a dog can always go and buy a dog. So if somebody wants to acquire a dog, we want to find a way to make it work. Okay. So we don't put all these rules and regulations in place that would make it impossible for someone to have a chance to adopt a dog. And at the same time, we also make sure that that the home is right for the dog. So we look at every case differently. If somebody wants a big dog and they don't have a big wall around, a big fence, we're going to say, well, listen, if you really want that dog, you're going to have to, lift your fence up because the dog's going to jump out of the property, or, so it just depends. But in principle, we generally always try and find a way to make a dog work in that home because we want these dogs to get into a home. It's better than being stuck in a shelter. It's better than being euthanized because the dog doesn't find a home. So we try and make it work, and we always remain positive and in a way that we can work to try and find the right dog for the right home.
The dogs come from different shelters all around the Western Cape.
Existing shelters that are in the Western Cape, we work with many of them, we do selections every Monday. So if we do 20 adoptions, then we select 20 dogs on the Monday to come in during the week for our pop-up on the weekend. And we collaborate with every single shelter that shares the same vision of getting these dogs out of shelters and into forever homes as fast and lovingly as possible.
A good activation day is about getting dogs adopted, but also about changing people's perspectives about shelter dogs. It's really about getting people inspired.
We aim to do about 19 to 20 adoptions. And because we are in popular public places, we have hundreds, if not thousands of people that are always passing by. So we get many people that come and look at these dogs. So 20 is our average. And also what's important to mention is that even people that are passing that don't necessarily adopt a dog, we hope to change their perception of what a dog is, a shelter dog is, so that when that time comes where they or some of their friends are ready to acquire a dog, their perception is that a shelter is a positive environment, the dogs are fantastic. So it's always PR. Even if we do 20 adoptions, it's always about the public coming, engaging, and changing their perception so that we can ultimately inspire everybody to adopt a dog and as I mentioned, sterilize their dogs so that we can stop the unnecessary euthanasia of great dogs sitting in these overcrowded shelters.
Oscar's Ark has been at the forefront of dog adoptions in the Western Cape, increasing the overall adoption rate in the entire province to 31%.
At least 15,000 dogs don't make it every single year. We want to keep going and driving people to know what's going on. We're driving people to understand why it's important to sterilize their dog, why it's important to adopt. But our core purpose is to pop up on weekends, take dogs from existing shelters who are overcrowded, and to get these dogs into home. And with luck, we'll still be doing exactly that in 5 years, if not more. Well, all I can say is a personal experience. Adoptable dogs are amazing. They've completely changed my life. And if anyone's listening to this, I just say there's just keeping it simple. If you want a great dog, always adopt a dog. If you have a dog, please sterilize it. And together we can really home them all.
Henry Benson, American writer and naturalist, said that
we need another and a wiser and perhaps a more mystical concept of animals. We patronize them for their incompleteness, for their tragic fate for having taken form far below ourselves. In a world older and more complete than ours, they move finished and complete, gifted with the extension of senses we have lost or never attained, living by voices we shall never hear. They are not brethren, they are not underlinings, they are other nations, caught with ourselves in the net of life and time, fellow prisoners of a splendor and travail of the earth.
Well, that's it for me, Megan Edwards on Guardians of Gaia. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.